two countries, side by side on the Iberian Peninsula, both with golden beaches, rich history, and vibrant cultures. But for American retirees, only one may be the smarter choice: Spain or Portugal. Stay tuned, because the answer might surprise you. Welcome back to Retire Without Borders, the channel where I uncover the smartest, safest, and most affordable places for Americans to retire abroad. If you're new here, make sure you hit subscribe so you never miss a guide that could change your future. You hopefully have seen my videos on retiring in Spain, as well as my video on retiring in Portugal. Now you may be trying to decide which country offers you the most opportunity for a golden retirement at an affordable price. That's a great question, and I'm glad you asked. Both Spain and Portugal are consistently ranked among the top retirement destinations in the world. But here's the thing. While they look similar on the surface, the reality of living in each country is very different. In this video, I'll break it all down: cost of living, housing, visas, healthcare, safety, culture, taxes, lifestyle, and more. And stick with me until the end, because I'll reveal one tax advantage that could save you tens of thousands of dollars. That's something most people don't know about. Now let me start with what everyone wants to know first: cost of living. In Spain, you'll find a wide range of monthly costs. Large metropolitan areas like Madrid and Barcelona are pricier. Think $1,200 to $1,800 a month for a central one-bedroom apartment. But head out to Valencia, Alicante, or the Costa del Sol, and you'll find rentals closer to $800 to $1,000. I'm sure you'll want to enjoy those Spanish tapas, right? Well, dining out at a mid-range restaurant will run about $15 to $20 a meal. Groceries, transportation, and utilities are roughly 25% cheaper than in most major U.S. cities. Now, in Portugal, costs are generally lower than in Spain. In Lisbon or Porto, expect to pay $1,000 to $1,400 for a one-bedroom apartment in the city center in Lisbon. But outside the big cities, in the Algarve, Coimbra, or small towns, you can rent a comfortable apartment for as little as $600 to $900 a month. Even eating out in Portugal, your retirement dollar also stretches further. You can expect to pay between $10 and $15 per person for a solid meal, with cafes and bakeries offering snacks and espresso for under $2. Did someone say espresso? As you can see here, Portugal overall is less expensive than Spain. So while both countries are affordable compared to the US, Portugal generally wins on overall cost, especially for retirees on a tighter budget. But cost is only half the story. What about actually finding a decent place to live? In Spain, the housing market is broad. From seaside apartments on the Costa Blanca to countryside fincas in Andalusia to chic city flats in Madrid, you've got options. Property prices range from about $150,000 in smaller towns to well over $500,000 in major cities or beachfront areas. The good news is that foreigners can buy property without restrictions. I highly recommend renting for a while before you purchase anything. That way you can get a feel for the area. And before that, I recommend you test drive the various areas by staying long-term at various times of the year to see how you fit in. Check out my video listed above for test driving a country. In Portugal, the story is similar to that of Spain, but often cheaper. The Algarve is considered the hot place to be, and prices there are rising due to foreign demand. Expect $200,000 and up for a modest condo near the beach. Head inland or to smaller northern towns, and you'll find bargains under $120,000. Foreigners are also welcome to buy property here. Here you can see a comparison between the two countries. So if you're dreaming of that seaside condo, both countries deliver. Spain gives you more variety, but Portugal often comes in at a lower price. But let's be honest, owning property is meaningless if you can't legally stay. And that brings us to visas. Visa requirements are often the deciding factor for American retirees. In Spain, the most common pathway is the non-lucrative visa. You'll need to show passive income of about $30,000 a year for a couple. That's roughly $33,000 USD. It allows you to live in Spain without working, but it requires annual renewals and plenty of paperwork. In Portugal, retirees lean toward the D7 passive income visa. The threshold is lower, around $200 per month for a couple, or about $1,300 USD. That's much more accessible for retirees living on Social Security or pensions. Both countries offer paths to permanent residency and even citizenship after 5 years. So Portugal takes the win here for being easier and less expensive to qualify for. But paperwork is just the start. What about healthcare? Can you trust the system when you need it most? Healthcare is one of the biggest concerns for retirees abroad. If you watch my videos, you know I spend a good amount of time on it. My grandmother had to scrape by on Medicare well into her 90s. I know we're not getting any younger and medical issues do crop up. Well, in terms of healthcare, both Spain and Portugal shine. Spain has one of the top healthcare systems in the world, ranked among the global top 10. Residents have access to the public system, but many expats choose private insurance for faster service. Private plans range from $100 to $200 per month, depending on the coverage level you want. Portugal also has an excellent system. Public healthcare is easy to obtain and affordable. Also, you'll find private insurance can be as low as $50 to $150 a month. As a bonus, many doctors speak English, especially in urban centers and tourist areas. Both countries offer high-quality care at a fraction of US costs. But Portugal has a slight edge in affordability. So far, Portugal is edging ahead in this friendly competition. But safety and lifestyle can tip the balance. Let's compare. So, now let me review safety. I'm sure you want to feel safe wherever you move. Well, Spain is generally a safe country. However, you'll find petty theft, like pickpocketing, is a problem in major tourist cities like Barcelona. Violent crime, however, is rare compared to the US. Meanwhile, Portugal is consistently ranked one of the safest countries in the world. In fact, it is number 7 on the Global Peace Index. Retirees often report feeling comfortable walking at night in cities and small towns alike. If safety and peace of mind are priorities, Portugal takes the crown. Great, but what about language and culture? Between the two countries, how easy is it to integrate? In Spain, Spanish is the dominant language, while English is spoken in tourist areas. Daily life, especially in smaller towns, runs on Spanish. The good news is, immersion helps you learn quickly, and there's no shortage of cultural activities. Between flamenco, tapas, football, and fiestas, Spain is alive with tradition. You can pick up Spanish by using your smartphone and a language app like Duolingo. It helps also to watch the news and some television in Spanish, even if you don't get it at first. In Portugal, the national language is Portuguese. But here's the key difference between Portugal and Spain. In Portugal, a higher percentage of Portuguese speak English, particularly in Lisbon, Porto, and the Algarve. That makes daily life easier for American retirees. Portuguese is similar to Spanish and also fairly easy to learn. Culturally, Portugal offers fado music, wine festivals, and charming small-town traditions that feel deeply authentic. Like in Spain, it helps if you watch the news and some television in Portuguese to learn faster. Your new neighbors will be much more welcoming and willing to help you if you attempt to learn some of their language. So if you want immersion and vibrancy, Spain may be your choice. If you want a smoother landing with English access, Portugal is friendlier. Okay, now for something very important. Taxes can make or break your retirement abroad. You will be taxed on your retirement income in the States. In addition, you may also be taxed on this income in the resident country. In Spain, residents are taxed on worldwide income once they become residents. The US has a tax treaty with Spain to avoid double taxation. That way, you're not paying double. However, the tax rates can still be high, especially for pensions and investments. Portugal offers something unique, the non-habitual resident (NHR) program. This allows many foreign retirees to enjoy 10 years of reduced tax rates on pensions and foreign income. For many Americans, this is a major advantage. As you see here, Spain and Portugal have different tax rates for different types of income. If much of your income is from the US, Social Security, pensions, IRAs for 401k distributions, the non-resident rules or treaties might help reduce your Portuguese or Spanish tax burden, depending on how many days you live there and how you structure withdrawals. Portugal may still offer somewhat more favorable conditions for retirees with passive income and moderate total income, depending on how the new rules evolve. Now for the hidden benefit I teased earlier. For retirees with significant pensions or investment income, Portugal's tax system could save you tens of thousands of dollars over the course of your retirement. Okay, climate and geography are also big factors in where you move. Spain offers a tremendous variety of climates. In fact, Spain offers one of the most diverse climates and landscapes in Europe, which is part of what makes it so attractive to retirees. You have the Mediterranean beaches on the coasts. You have snowy mountains in the Pyrenees. And you have warm, dry summers in Andalusia. In contrast, northern Spain, like Galicia and the Basque Country, is cooler and greener, with a climate more like southern France. Along the Mediterranean coast, you'll find warm, sunny weather with hot summers and mild winters. Perfect for beach living on the Costa del Sol or Costa Blanca. Portugal has a more moderate Atlantic climate. Portugal is smaller than Spain, but its climate is remarkably mild and consistent, making it a favorite among retirees who want steady sunshine without extreme heat. The Algarve region in the south enjoys more than 300 days of sunshine a year, with warm summers and comfortable winters. Lisbon and Porto, further north, have cooler temperatures and a bit more rain, but still remain mild compared to much of Europe. Portugal's geography combines golden Atlantic beaches, rolling vineyards, and charming hilltop towns, offering retirees both coastal beauty and tranquil countryside living. Unlike Spain's dramatic extremes, Portugal's climate tends to be more predictable and easier to adapt to year-round. But if you crave variety, Spain has it all. Spain is famous for its infrastructure. High-speed AVE trains connect major cities in just hours, airports are plentiful, and highways are modern. Portugal is smaller but still well-connected. Lisbon, Porto, and Faro airports offer budget flights across Europe, and trains are reliable if slower than those in Spain. Both countries have strong internet and utilities. So, for getting around, Spain offers more options. For simplicity, Portugal works just fine. Really, you can't go wrong picking either country in terms of transportation and infrastructure. Now, you will be wanting to know what life is like in either Spain or Portugal. When you imagine retirement, you're not just thinking about rent or taxes. You're picturing your day-to-day life. The food you'll eat, the neighbors you'll chat with, the pace of your mornings, and the rhythm of your evenings. And this is where Spain and Portugal really diverge. Spain is known for its energy. In Spain, life is vibrant, energetic, and often late into the night. Dinner doesn't usually start until 9 or even 10 p.m., and social life often revolves around tapas bars, cafes, and city plazas buzzing with activity. Retirees who settle here often say they feel like they're in the middle of the action. Whether it's a local fiesta in Valencia, a soccer match in Madrid, or a weekend farmers market in Granada, Spanish cities tend to be busier, noisier, and more dynamic. That can be exciting, but it may also feel overwhelming if you're seeking peace and quiet. On the flip side, Spain offers incredible variety, from cosmopolitan hubs to quiet seaside towns and even remote rural villages, so you can choose the pace that matches your personality. In short, life in Spain is exciting but also louder and faster. Portugal, on the other hand, is quieter and more laid back. Here, life is about enjoying simple pleasures. You can have morning espresso at the corner cafe, enjoy leisurely walks along cobblestone streets, and soak in afternoons spent in family-run restaurants where meals are affordable and unhurried. Many retirees say Portugal feels more intimate and community-driven. The country is smaller, the cities are less crowded, and even Lisbon and Porto have a friendlier, more approachable scale compared to Madrid or Barcelona. The Algarve, in particular, is famous for its easygoing atmosphere, where international retirees blend seamlessly with locals in coastal towns. If you're looking for tranquility and connection, Portugal may feel more like home. Food and wine? Both countries are outstanding, but Portugal is cheaper for everyday dining. So ask yourself, do you want excitement or tranquility? Okay, now I'll put it all together. For cost of living, Portugal is cheaper than Spain. For lifestyle, you'll find Spain more vibrant, while Portugal is more peaceful. For housing, you'll find Portugal cheaper than Spain, but Spain has more variety, especially in the large cities like Barcelona. To obtain a visa, both are relatively straightforward. However, the D7 visa in Portugal is easier to obtain than the Spanish non-lucrative visa. As for healthcare, it is quite a toss-up. Both countries provide excellent healthcare options. However, you'll find Portugal is slightly more affordable than Spain. As for safety, Spain is considered one of the safest countries in Europe, especially compared to the United States. Violent crime rates are low, and gun violence is extremely rare thanks to strict firearm laws. For American retirees, the biggest issue you'll encounter is petty theft, particularly pickpocketing in busy tourist hubs like Barcelona, Madrid, and Seville. These are nuisance crimes rather than personal threats, and most retirees say they feel safe walking around both day and night, especially in smaller towns and coastal areas where the pace of life is calmer. Meanwhile, Portugal is consistently ranked as one of the top 10 safest countries in the world on the Global Peace Index. Violent crime is rare, political stability is high, and community trust in local authorities is strong. Expats often report feeling comfortable walking alone at night, even in Lisbon and Porto. The Algarve, a popular retiree destination, is particularly known for its peaceful environment and welcoming communities. For retirees seeking peace of mind and security, Portugal offers one of the most reassuring environments in Europe. So while both Spain and Portugal are far safer than the US, Portugal has the edge when it comes to overall peace and security. If safety is one of your top retirement priorities, Portugal may give you just a little extra comfort. Now let's talk about taxes, one of the biggest concerns for American retirees. Both Spain and Portugal tax you on worldwide income if you spend more than 183 days a year there, but there are some key differences. In Spain, pensions and retirement income are taxed progressively between 19 and 47%, and investment income like dividends or capital gains runs between 19 and 28%. There are no special retiree tax breaks, but the US-Spain tax treaty helps avoid double taxation. This means you won't have to pay US taxes in addition to Spanish taxes. Portugal has similar progressive rates, from about 13 to 48%, and a flat 28% on many investments. Now, when you're planning retirement, climate is more than just weather. How the climate shapes your lifestyle, your activities, and even your health. So how do Spain and Portugal compare? For starters, Spain offers one of the most diverse climates in Europe. Along the Mediterranean coast, think Valencia, Alicante, or Malaga, you'll find hot, sunny summers and mild winters with over 300 days of sunshine a year. Perfect if you're dreaming of year-round beach living. But head inland and it's a different story. Cities like Madrid or Seville have scorching summers that can top 100 degrees and then turn these around to surprisingly chilly winters. I've been to Madrid in the spring and found it beautiful. And then there's northern Spain, Galicia and the Basque Country. These areas are cooler, greener, and wetter, more like southern France. Spain also has dramatic mountains like the Pyrenees and Sierra Nevada, meaning, yes, you can ski in the winter and hit the beach in the same country. That variety is a huge plus if you want options. Portugal's climate, on the other hand, is smaller in scale but famously mild. The Algarve, in the south, enjoys more than 300 sunny days a year with comfortable winters, no heavy snow to shovel. Lisbon and Porto are cooler and get more rain, but winters are still mild compared to much of Europe. What retirees love about Portugal is its predictability. For many Americans, that balance of sun and comfort is exactly what they're after. So here's the trade-off. Spain gives you incredible variety, from ski slopes to Mediterranean beaches, but also more extremes than you get in Portugal. Portugal keeps things simpler, mild, sunny, and steady, especially in the Algarve. The real question is, do you want excitement and variety, or comfort and consistency? If you crave vibrant culture, endless festivals, and variety, Spain may be calling your name. But if you want affordability, safety, and a relaxed lifestyle, Portugal could be your best bet. Either way, you can live comfortably and affordably in both. So tell me in the comments, would you choose Spain or Portugal? If this video helped you, give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe for more retirement guides. And don't forget, download your free Spain versus Portugal retirement checklist at retirewithoutborders.net. It's packed with costs, visa tips, and lifestyle comparisons to help you decide. Click the link above to see how having a VPN can keep you safe while traveling or living abroad.